Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to another chat with Nikki. I missed you guys yesterday. We spent a good amount of time at the hospital with my dad and had the best visit. He was awake, he was alert. He sat up and ate some food. He was talking to us about his days in Newport long time ago, before he had even met my mom. When he was first in the Navy, and he was there for years. And he knows so much about it. He was telling us all about Hurley's, which was my grandfather's club, my grandfather and his brother. And then Leo's, The Last Stop, and all these different clubs. And then there was a place in Boston called the Sugar Shack where they would wear their pimp suits with the big long fur coats and the hats and the glasses and the heels. And he said, he stopped wearing those heels because he almost broke his ankle one day. So yeah, that was over. But this was way back in like the early 70s, right? Late 60s, early 70s. But it was an amazing visit. It was so good. We were laughing and talking for almost 2 hours, me, him, and Anthony. So we made some serious memories last night. It was so good. But anyways, here we are. I hope you guys are sticking to your let me get this keyboard out the way. I hope you guys are sticking to your proverb a day. Please don't wait for me to keep your word to yourself and to the Lord on this challenge of reading a proverb a day. We're on 16, but yesterday on 15, I just wanted to read a couple of verses because it's so good. It's so practical. No, my arm's not hurt. I think I have carpal tunnel, so I just put a castor oil pack on top of it, and then I just wrapped it in an ace band. It's just to hold it in place. I'm not hurt. Well, let's do a couple verses from 15. Then I'm going to snatch up a couple verses from 16. I'm not going to read the whole thing each morning anymore because that's kind of boring. So read it for yourself. Please read it for yourself. I'm going to pull out some verses and talk about those. And we'll just do it like that through the end of October. So October 16th, we're reading Proverbs 16, but I'm going to pull out a couple of verses from 15 because it was just really good. So, chapter 15, the first verse says, "A gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare." Excuse me. Have you ever noticed that it takes two people to argue, right? If someone says something negative or think of your teenager, right? Things just come out of their mouth. We know they don't make no sense. We know they're just not the smartest things. But we all did it as teenagers. That's the age where you think you know everything, you know almost nothing, and you need everyone to know that you got this. That we all been through that stage. But it takes two. Just let them say, okay. You'd be like, okay. And smile and keep it moving. A harsh word would make that escalate, right? Then they have to defend what they think is smart. Well, we know that it's not. Just be like, okay, and keep it moving. Or even someone out in public, right? Somebody's being rude in line. Don't even feed into it. When someone says something to you that you know is just wrong, someone in your family, one of your friends, whatever the case may be, and you know that their perception of you is wrong. Okay. Because another thing I learned in church yesterday is someone else's perspective of me is not my responsibility to change. I'm not supposed to now jump through hoops and do all these different things to get you to change what you think about me. Okay, let them think what they're going to think. It doesn't change who you are. It doesn't change what the Lord's called you to do. And it doesn't change what you're going to do. So just let it go and keep it moving. The second verse says, "The tongue of the wise makes knowledge appealing, but the mouth of a fool belches out foolishness." Just let it go. Then I'll say chapter 15. Chapter 15, verse 23 says, "Everyone enjoys a fitting reply. It is wonderful to say the right thing at the right time. If we listen twice as much as we speak, and when the Lord gives us the answer, it's like, have you ever gotten a word from a friend or you got off the phone after a conversation and your heart is just full and you just feel like you got a big virtual hug from the conversation? That's a fitting word. Be the person that gives those. Be the person that makes someone feel better from talking to you, even when you're telling them something hard that they may need to hear. You can wrap it in love and kindness. You can deliver it in a gentle manner. You don't have to use your response as a weapon. And then we're going to move on to chapter 16. And this is so true. I mean, we can all relate to this immediately. Chapter 16, verse 1 says, "We can make our own plans, but the Lord gives the right answer." We can plan all day long, and our day does not go the way we planned. Instead of getting upset, instead of getting frustrated, say, "You know what, Lord? You obviously have a different plan. Let me get in step with your plan. Let me right my attitude. Let me bring joy into this and do it as you see fit, because obviously my plan is not working, so that's not the best plan. Let me change my attitude and fall in line with your plan." And then the next one is, this is so good. "People may be pure in their own eyes, but the Lord examines their motives." We only get to see people's actions, but the Lord looks at the motive of the heart. So it's like if I ask my child to take out the trash and they do it with an attitude, yes, they take out the trash, but the Lord sees their heart and says, "You shouldn't have even taken out the trash, because I see your heart and you did it with a bad attitude." When my boss asks me to do something that I know is not my job, and I do it, but I do it with an attitude, in the Lord's eyes, I should have just not done it, because I did it with a bad attitude. He looks at the motive of the heart. When you give to someone and you run around and tell everyone, the Lord says that's your reward. You're not going to get a reward in heaven for being a giver, because you ran around and told everyone. You ran to Facebook and, "Oh, I was so blessed when I blessed this person." You're really just bragging. You don't have to tell anyone. The Lord says what you do in the dark for me gets rewarded in heaven. Now, what you do in the dark against the Lord or against someone else gets shown in the light. That's another verse. But look at the sun creeping in. So when you do something for someone, don't go telling people that you did it. It's between you and that person and the Lord. It's not for you to go bragging on how you were so helpful, because you really weren't. You were doing it for the glory of others, not for the glory of God and for the good of that person. What's another one? "The Lord detests the proud," verse 5. "They will surely be punished." Verse 7, "When people's lives please the Lord, even their enemies are at peace with them." When you're living right and you're doing the right thing, and I'm not talking about perfection, right? Nobody is perfect, but we try. We try our best, and we have the right motives. We make the decision to have the right motives. The Lord says all things are going to work out for your good. They're just going to. It may not be today. It may not be even in the way that you think. But at the end of the day, all things are going to work out for your good and for His glory. So please keep reading October 16th. Thank you for all the prayers for my family. Yesterday was such a great day. My brother, my nephews, and my niece, my mom have been at the house. We're moving some things around. We're moving some stuff out of rooms, and painting, and just making it a wonderful place for my dad to come back from the hospital and just have an amazing time for as long as the Lord gives us. Jesus alone knows. He could be here till next year. We have no idea. It's not even our business. It's our business to love on Him, to laugh with Him, to make great family memories as long as the Lord allows us to have Him. So we are excited for that. I love you. I need to get some tea. Have a good day, and thanks for tuning into A Chat with Nikki. I'll see you guys tomorrow.